Now then, a bit of a different vlog for you today, because you've not really got the McMaster, you've actually got me, you've got Lee. No persona, nothing like that. We're at the Lake District. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Now obviously we've been to the Lake District many times on the video before. However, I'm going to take you a little trip down memory lane with me, because we're off to a place called the Anglers, which we've been to, some of you will know, on the videos, on the vlog before. But I think I had fish and chips then. Not going to have that this time. Going to take a little wander down there. It brings back lots of memories of my mum and dad, because that's where I used to go as a child. I used to split my time between Mansfield in Nottinghamshire and up here at the Lake District, and my mum had a second home up here, and we used to go to this Angler's Arms, and brings back fond memories of my childhood. Everybody loves nostalgia, and we're going to be nostalgic today. There's also a train, a steam train over the road from it, so if you do want to go and take a train, you can head off over the road and go and take a steam train. That goes to Lakeside, and then you can head over to Windermere on a ferry. But we're not doing that today. We're going to go for pie and chips, and hopefully I can get a seat outside, because it's absolutely gorgeous today, and there is nowhere in the world as gorgeous as the UK when the sun shines for the 3 days a year. So if you're new to the channel, at the end hit the subscribe button. By the way, it doesn't cost you a penny. I don't get the word subscribe. Makes you feel like you're signing up for something. You're not. Basically all it does, if you click the bell, click subscribe, it means basically you're following the channel. Doesn't cost you a penny. And also give us a thumbs up. That's the longest intro ever. So without further ado, my friends, let's go. How long did my arm look on that intro shot? Look like a baboon. It's the wide angle lens. My arms aren't that long. I could be like, what is it, Mr. What is he in the, is it? I can't remember what superhero it is. Mr. Stretch or whatever. Anyway, enough of that. Onwards. Now, little story. Don't fast forward to the meat pie and chips, although it is a good meat pie and chips and amazing onion rings. Over here is a place now that's called Cascades, bringing back fond memories of my mum and dad there. So my mum was a member of there, but it was Champneys at the time, and then it got bought out. And there's a hotel over there, by the way, called the White Water Hotel, which is a nice hotel, bar downstairs as well. But when it was Champneys, I was sat in the jacuzzi in there with my mum, and my mum kept nudging me. She kept going, Lee. I was like, what? What? Lee? I said, what? And it was Helen Worth, off of Coronation Street, Gail Tits. It's always Gail Tilsley to me, because she's actually got a place around here. I don't know whether it's one of these timeshares or one of the houses around here, but she lives around here now. But there we go. I wasn't as impressed as my mum, because my mum used to love Coronation Street, and this river, by the way, the River Leven, I used to swim in, not advisable, with my mate Bobby down the road there, and Neil and Paul. I've got Bobby, Neil and Paul, and anyway we used to swim and walk in this river. Not advisable. When you're younger, you've just got a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Balls, basically. Come on, onwards. I've actually seen canoeists, believe it or not. In fact, today, earlier on, there was canoeists coming down here, and somebody in a boat, and they actually go down there, which they've got balls, because I wouldn't do that. That is insane. So They used to stand on this bridge here, that's why they've got that sign now, and jump off of the bridge, and now it says no person shall without reasonable excuse. What excuse would you have to jump off of that bridge from Backbarrow Bridge? What's the fine on that one? Exceeding level 2 on the standard scale. I don't know, you get fined now, but years ago they used to do, I would not do that. Anyway, I know where's the meat pie and chips. I'm reminiscing. I'm going back in time a little bit. I miss my parents. I had fond memories with them. Honesty boxes and honesty things like that. Honesty boxes, it. My girlfriend loves them. Every time we can't go past like honesty box for eggs and stuff and jams or cakes like that without going past. In fact, I'll let you into a little secret. We came to visit up here because I like to come up and go back in time, and you know, it sparks memories, and got some cakes from there. Very, very nice, I have to say. Right, I need to stop saying that, don't I? I have to say. Let's get this. And then we went for meat pie and chips. And Harriet now has actually got to the age where she's now 12 and she doesn't want a children's meal. To have a children's meal, she feels like she needs to be an adult, you know. But she does eat it, to be fair. She does eat it. She wants an adult meal now, which is more expensive for me. So that machinery in there, this used to be an ironworks years and years ago, and me and my mates, I'm trying to think who all my mates were. I'd got Simon, I'd got Neil, I'd got Paul, but anyway, all my different mates around here when I was growing up, we used to play in all these buildings, and now it seems to be the thing, doesn't it? They knock all the old buildings down and they build new trendy buildings. They've got new trendy buildings here, using some of the slate though as well, the Lakeland slate. But then you've got all your apartments over here as well, trendy apartments again, with a high price tag. Do you believe in that? Do you think it's a good thing to do all this? Here we go, Barrow Ironworks. It's changed so much. Look at this building over here, look. Can you see there? Look at that one. What do you reckon to the design on that? It's obviously, it's strange, isn't it? You've got the wood top, and then you've got all the slate below, and then you've got the cottages, as you can see there. I like the cottages, but it's joined to this modern building. Do you like it? What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments section. Find it a little strange that their door just goes straight out onto the road, but I guess there's a reason for it. Right, meat pie, chips, and you've got to have onion rings, and boy oh boy, these are great. I'm going to tell you right now though, it is not cheap. It's not cheap, but we're in the Lake District, we're in the National Park, and it's going to cost a few bob, but it is gorgeous. The only problem with apartments, and it really winds me up, is the management fees. Because I've had apartments before, over in the States, in Mansfield, in Nottingham, and in fact I used to rent properties out when I was in graphic design and print, and it was really annoying. The one that we had in Nottingham, the one that I had in Nottingham, was called Morley Mills, and the management fees just went up and up every year, and it was crazy, and they never did any of the work. You never got your money for it. That's the only drawback with apartments, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts. Here we are, Angler's Arms. Now, when I was about 7 years old, this is when I used to come here pretty much every weekend with my parents. Every other weekend, we used to go to different places as well. But there was a stocky bloke who owned it at the time. And in there was a little string, and this used to pull it. I thought it was magic. And there was a little gorilla with a glass that used to do that, and a little spider that used to hang down on a string. Fantastic, fond memories. Anyway, let's get the meat pie, chips and the onion rings. As I say, had them the other week with Sarah, and they are fantastic. You're going to mark them out of 10, so am I. You've got to take into account the price as well, and also the looks and my facial expressions, which will be, as my dad used to go, onwards. Right, my friends, so I've gone for the gold. What is it? The gold, the Thwaites gold. Let's try this out, especially be a little bit citrusy. It's quite smooth and does have notes of citrus in it. How about that? Using the word notes, a little bit trendy for me, isn't it? Anyway, let's get down to business with the bill. So it comes to £19.25 for the steak and ale pie. Then it isn't the total though. Wait, onion rings were £5 and the pint of gold was £5.80. That comes to a subtotal of £30 and 5 pence. And then you have an 8% gratuity on top. She did say, and mentioned it actually when she was totting it up, and she said, if there is an 8% gratuity, I can remove it if you want to, which is unusual because people don't normally ask that. Because I'm filming it, I've just said leave it on. I like to spread the love a little bit. I'm basically making money off these videos by the commercials that are on them, so share it around a little bit. Don't forget these people who run the pub here. It's very seasonal, so they'll get more business in the summertime than in the wintertime. In the wintertime, I've been here with my girlfriend Sarah, and it's a lot quieter. So there we go. So a total of £32 and 45 pence, and we're eating outside. It's gorgeous. Lots of wasps are out. Look, there's one. Look, get out of it. This year's been terrible for wasps. Right, as you have just seen there, my friends, there is the goods. Let's get some vinegar on here. Pop some vinegar on these chips. Ooh, it's blooming out. That's coming out a little bit quick. Shake it about a bit like that. There we go. And then get some salt on here as well. Plenty of meat in the meat pie there. I'm going to tell you what's changed though. What I didn't see on the plate when I came here many years ago with my father, and it happens everywhere, is what point did we start putting chips in these little bowls? It's just not needed. And then your little gravy thing there as well. It's what I like to call plate fillers. Anyway, there is a fair amount of food there with the onion rings, I have to say. So, and stop saying I have to say. Every time I edit, I can hear myself saying that. Right, we've got some red cabbage on there. We're going to go in for the pie first. And I know what this tastes like. A lovely crunch to the crust. And the meat inside, succulent, very tasty, very, get out of it, very moist, we'll use. And then we're going to go for the chips. Let's go for one of these chips. Look at the size of that. A bit more salt on there. Mum used to love salt. Absolutely gorgeous. Cooked to perfection. Light and fluffy on the inside. Just look at that. Beautiful, beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's look at the veg that we've got here. Got some carrots, stood up, presented very well. Perfectly cooked. Hint of seasoning to them as well. Very tasty, not crunchy, not too soft, cooked to perfection. Now, my favourite here is these onion rings. To die for, these are. Right, a little bit of red cabbage. Let's have some of the red cabbage. Gorgeous. Now, they are dog friendly, but you can't have dogs in the restaurant at the front, but you can have dogs in the pub area at the back. I know some people don't like to eat with dogs, so they separate them. So if you do have a dog, you can come here and go in the back and eat there as well. Right, let's just look at the meat in here. Nice morsels of meat. Let's try the peas. Make sure they're not like bullets. Peas are perfect. Very tasty. Delish. Absolutely. First class, spot on. Hospitality as well. Very nice in there, very friendly. They're very quick with the food as well. And very busy today as well. They've won an award for their hospitality, which I'm not surprised because they are spot on with their hospitality. This is gorgeous. I'm going to eat the rest of it and then I shall come back to you and we'll mark it out of 10. But as I say, when I came here with my parents, I mean, I used to have fish and chips all the time. Some things don't change. Until today, we've gone for pie and chips. See you in a minute. Oh, gorgeous. Right, I'll move the ketchup out of the way so we don't get the comments. What's the point in that? I've just told you I've had ketchup. Got to have ketchup with chips, haven't you? Anyway, let's get down to business. Well, it's a clean plate from me, so I mean, obviously I really enjoyed it. In fact, if I was going to say what my dad used to say is, he'd go, rubbish. I could eat that again. So Again, the bill was £32.45, including 8% gratuity, which they did mention. And she says it's not a problem. There is a 8% gratuity. I can take that off if you want. It's £2.40, and they were great. And it does go to the servers in there. So I said, no, that's absolutely fine. Leave that on. Everything about that meal was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I could eat it again because there was a lot of food. Yeah, fantastic. The only thing that just confuses me is the plate fillers. But saying that, when you put the onion rings on, there was a lot of food there, and I couldn't have eaten any more chips. So for me, there is no reason why I shouldn't give it a 10. I'm going to go with a 10. What I will say is, if you do visit here, come up, spend a day, go to the Lakeside and Haverthwaite Railway there. You can go on the steam train there, go over to Lakeside. You can even get to Bowness on a ferry there as well. It's gorgeous views. I think I did that on the vlog once with Jeff Carter. And then, if you're into old cars and classic cars, there's the Motor Museum also down the road. And then pop here and on an evening and have your lunch or your dinner. I think they serve food till around about 8 o'clock-ish time. So pop up here, and if it's a nice day, you can sit outside. If not, we've got a wonderful restaurant there. And also, if you do have a little doggy with mucky paws, then you can go in the back into the pub area, which is still very nice, I have to say. Right, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of trip down memory lane with myself and my parents. I have fond memories of my parents, and this was one of their favourite pubs. I think this was one, and the Hare and Hounds was another one as well, but this was closer to where they used to have their place, so they used to come here quite a bit. There you go. Right, that's all from me today. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Oh, and if you need a hotel, there's a Premier Inn down the road near Ulverston, which I've stopped in a few times. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. I have to say, my dad, by the way, would be left shocked. He would turn in his grave if he saw all that plate fillers on the plate. It's the thing now, isn't it? But my dad, I can tell you exactly what he would say, and I won't beep this bit out because it's not really swearing. He'd say, "The bloody hell's all that rubbish on my plate? You can get rid of that." I know exactly what he'd say. Put my chips on the plate and just put everything on the plate, pour the gravy on. We don't need any of that bloody rubbish on there. back in the day, they said it how it is, didn't they? They just liked it like that. No messing around, no flouring it up. Anyway, see you later.